Okay, here we're going to break down the mechanics Mookie Betts uses to steal a bag in the World Series. Checking out his footwork, the center of mass, and then the forces that act upon him to drive him towards second base. So we'll start with marking each foot, a red line through each foot, and then a red line for his center of mass, and then marking the spine because of his forward lean. Okay, the next thing we'll mark is this green line through his right knee. That will come into play in the next few frames whenever he establishes a new axis to drive forward towards second base. Alright, so we'll leave that there and come back to it. Notice the first thing that moves is his right foot. It picks up slightly off the ground. And notice how he has not moved. He hasn't rocked left, hasn't leaned right. Okay, he is still on that center line that we marked at the beginning. Going forward. All right, we're back to this green line that ran through his knee. And what you're going to see as we keep going forward is that his chest, his center axis is going to go from the red line to the green line. And as you see that happen, pay attention to his left foot, how it's driving horizontally into the ground. All right, and that's driving his chest linearly towards second base. All right, and the next thing you'll see is that linear momentum is going to carry him past his chest past that green line and allow him to rotate around that axis in order to open his chest up towards second base and accelerate towards the bag. Also, you see his right foot plants right on that green line. Okay, so that center of axis is not only the rotation point, but it's the new point of force that he's going to apply into the ground and drive towards second. Okay, as marked here, we have a red box and we're looking at the Nike emblem on his pants. And you can see that going back, he has to rotate his hips to get to that point, and then as that Nike sign gets in front of this new axis, he'll accelerate to the bag. And you'll see that there. All right, and as everything gets past that new center axis, he's going to accelerate towards the bag. But you have to understand the rotational component to open up your chest so that you can accelerate in a straight line. Okay, and you can see the rotational deceleration go through the arms. It's crossing his chest, but then as he runs, it'll flatten out and it won't cross that center line. And then you can see here that these mechanics match up with a sprinter coming out of the blocks. All right, we'll move here to see the angles that he produces and see what they can tell us. Okay, so in his stance at his center line, we're going right foot to nose, 83-degree angle. All right, and now as he starts applying horizontal force, that angle is going to drop to 58%, or an angle of 58 degrees, and we see that we established the new center of axis to rotate around. Okay, so he accelerated linearly here, and we can see that through the angle. Once this next center of axis is established, you see that we go back to a 83-degree angle, close to up and down, straight up and down, which would be 90. But that 7 degrees of forward lean is allowing him to continue to go forward. Okay, but this takes strength in the core and ground force coming from his left foot to allow him to do this, okay? Being able to tense up the core and stabilize the core to allow your body to go forward and rotate at the same time takes a good bit of strength. But understanding the movement allows us to better train those strengths and movements. And you see here that even though he got his chest around, he's still having to fight inertia to accelerate. So he didn't go straight from 83 degrees to 59 degrees and accelerate. He had to slowly get through a 70-degree angle to get himself rebalanced in order to get to this 59-degree angle and accelerate. So we watch it in real time, driving linearly, rotating around a new axis, and then accelerating like a sprinter.